was.
Which is upside your head.
No. Oh, wait. Let me do this, and then do this, and booyah!
Kaboy kasha.
Monkey!
Yeah, stupid monkey. This brings me back. Do you want to do the full story or no?
Sure. Because I've never seen this.
You never played Thieves and Tiny?
Nope.
Huh.
Taro, can you hear us?
Loud and clear.
Do you hear the wind tunnel?
No?
That's surprising.
I should probably just start at the beginning. The name's Sly. Sly Cooper. And I'm a thief. From a long line of thieves. In fact, thieving is the family business. And business was good. Although, until recently, I considered myself retired. Having hung up my mask and cane, I was enjoying life on the other side of the law. In the company of a certain lovely Interpol agent named Carmelita Fox. She and I had a history, which generally involved her trying to lock me up.
Yep.
So
I'm
I
not
should mention
furry,
our current situation
but
was only possible because she thought I had amnesia.
I'll allow that.
It was great to finally enjoy each other's company without a shot pistol being
I'll allow
involved,
it.
and we quickly
I'll
put
allow
the
it.
past behind us. But as time
allow
went
it.
on, the old itch came back, and I knew I needed to pull a heist. I should also mention that as a master thief, I only steal from
You
other
about to get
thieves.
zapped.
So it took me a while, but I finally found what I was looking for. My target was an upstart art mogul, a real hotshot collector. He seemed respectable, and even opened a new museum. But I could smell a rat. Reliable sources told me he was dealing in black market antiques worth
Does
millions.
this game have subtitles?
So I felt he should share the wealth.
Yeah,
I
I'll
was
turn this up
working
a
on a
little bit.
plan when one night, as if on cue, Bentley showed up. Bentley was the brains of our operation, the mastermind.
Cookies!
We grew up in the same orphanage where we bonded over stealing cookies, our very first heist. And we've been best friends and partners ever since. We hadn't seen each other for a while, but I knew immediately that something was up. Bentley had been enjoying his time off too, building a new lab from scratch with his girlfriend and fellow tech whiz, Penelope. She had joined the team on our last caper, and the two of them had really hit it off.
Riches.
Yep.
Apparently, they just finished work on a top secret project when Penelope had simply vanished.
Foreshadowing.
Bentley was worried sick. He searched frantically but found nothing. Then, he noticed something that completely stunned him. In his spare time, Bentley had been researching the Thievius Raccoonus, the Master Thief's handbook passed down through the Cooper family for generations. Its pages overflowing with the exploits and secret techniques of my esteemed ancestors.
It's a long story, but
Only
definitely
now,
not as
those
complicated
pages
as
weren't
just
so
metal
full.
or the Metal
In
Gear.
fact, they were disappearing right before Bentley's eyes. Realizing there was no time to waste, he gathered his gear and raced off to Paris. The first thing he did was track down Murray, the third in our trio. Murray was our enforcer, the muscle, and the guy who'd eaten all the cookies we stole back in our orphanage days. Through the years, the three of us had become an unbeatable team, and we were more like a family now than a gang. Murray had been living his on the pro driving circuit, where his van had become famous, or rather, infamous. for all the crashes he'd caused. Eventually, he was unable to find a sponsor due to his high insurance premiums, and he moved into Demolition Derby, where he remained undefeated.
What kind of demolition derby? Because he has to be
When
very
Bentley
careful
showed up,
as
however,
to
Murray
which
dropped
one he
everything
enters.
to help out.
Because,
Especially when Bentley explained that his van
yeah.
was key to the whole plan.
Wait.
With Carmelita distracted by a new assignment, I took the opportunity to slip away and met up with the guys at our old Paris hideout.
Oh!
Bentley launched into
Ow.
one of his elaborate presentations, and I saw the whole scary picture. Someone, or something, was literally erasing Cooper history. Then, to our amazement, Bentley revealed that he already had the solution: time travel. It turns out his top secret project was constructing a time machine. And now he modified the design to fit into Murray's van. We were going to
What's
travel
such a
back in
dramatic
time,
headline,
stop
though?
those responsible, and fix the damage they'd done. Bentley explained the only catch was that in order to travel to a particular time, the machine required an object from that era. We knew from the changes to the Thievius Raccoonus that our first stop was feudal Japan. So here we were, about to steal a priceless 17th century samurai dagger from the same museum I'd been casing. Funny how things work out sometimes.
Okay, you both remember the plan, right?
Of course! My mind is like a steel cap!
That's trap, big guy. And everybody relax. We've been over it a
They make
million
Murray
times.
dumber.
What could possibly
I
go
don't
wrong?
think they did.
Famous last words. Look, we're only gonna get one shot at this, so we can't mess up.
All right, no messing up allowed. Now stop worrying. This is gonna be a piece of cake. I'll see you both
Cake.
inside. Now let's get going.
Ah, thief. Not a tip.
Pause again for a
This
second.
animation looks different.
Maybe in, yeah, options.
Yes,
Sub-
sounds
subtitles
right.
are on.
Yep.
And okay.
Careful, Sly. Those security choppers are bad news. I suppose I don't have to mention you can jump using the X button. Sly, don't forget you can jump. Just jump, then press the X button again while you're still in the air.
Right. Just another one of my many talents.
So if Cooper history is disappearing, wouldn't that mean he would forget most of his moves?
Grandfather paradox.
That would imply he fucked one of his. You know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm not going there.
Yes, you already know you want to.
No, I don't.
But your Doctor Who side wants to.
Not even Doctor Who goes into grandfather paradoxes.
Needs to adjust your perspective on things. You can move the camera around using the right stick.
Excellent. It's perfect for peeking around corners.
Press the circle button while it's jumping to interact with the sparkling object. Boy, those choppers fly. If they see you down, we're busted.
I think I can handle that. Hey Bentley, was truck surfing part of Murray's entrance strategy?
Of course not. Murray's approach route is through the back alley. Why do you ask?
No reason. Anyway, it looks like he's in position now.
Make sure you
Say
stay
no.
on these cables, Sly. You can't risk
It's
Not a problem,
Latios.
Emily. A good thief prefers to stay above the action anyway.
Is there a Latios?
Okay.
Wait, that doesn't sound like Latios.
I have my headphones in, sorry.
Oh, for a minute you sounded like Seki.
Well, I haven't spoken much since waking up, so my throat's probably not quite adjusted yet.
Fair.
It sure feels good
I
to
know
be
that
in
feeling.
business.
So yeah, funny you mentioned playing Slide 4. I'm in the freaking tutorial section right now.
That was too close.
Oh yeah, you did say you were gonna try and play along with us.
I figured knowing how quickly you guys could get through it, I'd at least try to get into the first actual world before things got going. Unfortunately, I kept getting distracted and delayed and started the game later than I had wanted to.
It's okay, you just got some extra time.
See, I told you it would be a piece of cake.
There, I just realized a very fun title for one of your Life 4 streams.
What?
I know it's gonna sound a bit cringy when I know it's gonna sound a bit cringy when I say it, but
Practice.
Life 4, Play Force.
I mean, that's better than the one I thought of just now.
Oh, what?
Don't talk about the grandfather paradox.
I just grew up with work through the time warp again.
All solid options, and I will definitely be using all of them.
Like, it's just the first thing that came into my head.
This better be worth it.
Otherwise, great Scott, road trip!
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
I've only ever seen the first Back to the Future movie thanks to Red and his family, so
That was, I believe that quote was at the end of the first one.
I know. I remember that much. I'm just saying, if you make any references to the second or third films, I will get them.
Understood.
There is one reference I did get had for Slide 4, though. Bentley using to himself. Last time he was in these sewers, he was just a teenager.
I wonder what kind of surprises inside.
To quote Splinter from the second TMNT live action film, "Look, I made a funny."
That was at the end of the first one.
I also remember it at the end of the second one.
I made another funny, Splinter says.
Oh.
Oh, there, you get your quotes wrong there.
Let me know when you shut down the security.
That he's fine. It's probably been a long time since he saw the movie. Heck, I haven't seen the movie myself since, like, ages ago, and I was borrowing a VHS from the local library. I was maybe in 5th grade.
I was just a teenager.
And most likely was gonna make all three of you feel old when I say this, but what the hell is
I
the
just had to
VHS?
press the. That was a blast.
I suddenly feel ancient.
No, what was the question? What was the question?
Who says
He asked what a VHS is.
I'm done. Good night, everybody.
That's a big jump. I better use the hover pack here. If I jump, then press and hold the X button while I'm in the air.
In all seriousness, a VHS is the predecessor to a CD.
I remember Movie Steps.
Or DVD, rather.
CD.
Huh?
The hell is a CD?
What about DVD?
The hell is a DVD?
Oh, bullshit! You know what a DVD is!
People still use those today, albeit at a reduced capacity compared to what we used to. You are bullshitting at this point.
Yeah, the second CD was brought up.
Yeah, I knew it.
No, I'm terrified to see a day when someone TV.
Oh, you want to feel especially old there?
Not particularly, but go ahead.
A few years back, when my cousins were still in, like, elementary school, bear in mind they're both, like, high school and preparing to graduate, one of them getting ready to move away for college. So, I had the Year of the Goat masterpiece Soundwave with me at the time. I was showing it off. Because my uncle, who would watch Transformers when it was still, you know, when G1 was on TV for the first time, I figured he'd enjoy seeing it. My cousins take one look at the thing and ask why the TV is so small.
Great, perfect. I'll be done in a jiffy.
My uncle and I just look at each other and just share a, like, God, I feel old shudder.
Next time, I'm giving Sly the sewer job.
Why is the TV so small?
They thought he was some kind of, like, mini TV or her MP3 player thing. They had no idea that Soundwave was turned into a mini cassette player.
Oh my god.
When I described what it was, they had no idea what kind of cassettes like those even were.
Fred, we have to reach the docking gate before the security code flushes us from the system. The left stick should navigate the ship.
Suffice to say, that, oh god, I feel old as you're feeling right now. I'm right there with you, man. I experienced that basically twice.
Moving while firing is key to cracking this system. This ought to do the trick.
I remember one time I was taking my cousin's son to school because she had to work.
Firewall is too strong for the big cannon. I use that upgrade slot. I can engage my
She
pants.
dropped him off a little early, so we were just watching cartoons. I think on Disney Channel.
Gigabomb shells will
And
crush those firewalls.
I mentioned I don't remember what it was I mentioned, but I said something like I referenced like an older show from like Disney or something, and the kid just looks up at me and he's like, "What's that?"
Alright, what did I miss? I had to deafen myself for a second.
We're reminiscing on how we're old.
Skill issue.
I'll give you a skill issue.
To use a Simpsons quote, and bear in mind I might be saying it wrong because I don't watch that show. I used to be with it once, but then they changed what it was, and what's it now is new and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
It always does.
Am I out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Okay, Burry, you're up.
I found a variant of that meme on Facebook going on about a Transformers collection. Do I have too many toys? No, it's the shelves that are wrong.
Okay, Burry, we need to get you back in fighting shape.
There, the first thing I thought of the second he said, "I'll show you a skill issue," is you becoming Kamen Rider Grizz.
I still need to get that ID core commission. I still need to buy the freaking Desire driver.
I have a side driver, I just need the ID for it, and I don't know where to get it.
There's people on like Etsy and stuff that you can like commission.
Speaking of commissioning stuff and getting stuff like that. So I mentioned it in our Facebook chat earlier, Bear, but while I was browsing Google for like replacement parts for certain Transformers, because I was hoping I could find something for my Armada Prime, I hit the freaking jackpot. So on Shapeways, they actually 3D print replacement parts for the Armada Optimus Prime. Because with the original Super Mode transforming Optimus figure, there were 2 sets of pieces that were very easy to lose, not even counting the mini-con itself. The way it was designed, it was easy to lose Optimus's chest plate / truck grill.
Yeah, that sucker likes to pop off.
Yeah, it popped off. I lost mine. And the other thing that was super easy to lose was the smokestack that would hurt on his arms. Because they were made of clear plastic and made to detach so you could combine them into a small pistol for Optimus to hold. Clear plastic so as to facilitate the Super Mode light up hand gimmick.
Where did you come from, shortstop?
Why am I getting flashbacks to Jawas?
Okay, I'm being serious here? The hell's a Java?
Star Wars.
Oh, never mind then.
Or you could just describe it like Thumb Wars did. Creepy hooded people.
That too.
That felt great!
Everything okay, Murray?
Oh, don't let them near your droids or speeders or any form of technology whatsoever. They will strip it for parts and steal it.
And then try to sell it back to you.
Whereabouts to throw the object?
That was the most ridiculous markup possible.
Nail the object down.
Like, what do you mean 3,000 credits? I saw you take it off my ship!
Well, now it's 3,000 credits.
Okay, Sly. The security system is down. You're all clear.
Great. I'm going in.
And the more you complain, the higher that price gets. So please, by all means, keep complaining.
How about I just...
Think you were gonna get
Yeah.
away with it, did you, Ringtail?
Dun dun dun. One punch!
Ex-girlfriend.
Hey,
How about I introduce you to my lightsaber?
Funny you here.
I remember
Is
in The
that something
Mandalorian.
Oh, you got an actual lightsaber. Oh crap.
I remember in The Mandalorian they stripped Mando's ship for parts, and he was trying to negotiate to get them back with a Ugnaught named Quill.
Good evening. This is Sly Cooper. I'd like to request a ride.
Also, on a brief tangent, my favorite actress to play Carmelita of the bunch, even if her performance isn't exactly what I'm looking for right now.
Okay.
Like, I think Slide 3 got the accent right, but that's about as far as I can say.
So, like I was saying, he's trying to negotiate for parts he's trying to get his ship parts back. And, like, he starts speaking, Jawa, and, like, it doesn't sound great, and they say, the Jawas say, he sounds like a Wookiee. And then the Mandalorian just goes, oh, fuck this, and just lights his flamethrower and starts burning Jawas.
Justice.
You got it, chum!
Slow down, Murray.
I never do!
I'm sure R2 and 3PO
Here we
would
go.
love to see that.
True.
Especially R2.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, that's a DeLorean reference from Back to the Future.
Yep.
See, I'm hip. I'm
Also,
cool.
hello.
I'm hip. I am cool.
How do you do, fellow
What
kids?
else can I say about Carmelita? As you can see, our relationship is complicated. And I just succeeded in upgrading it to hazardous.
I'm gonna be
I
honest
certainly
though.
wasn't expecting her to crash the party, She'd been so busy with her latest case, I never thought she'd have her on that day. In fact, I'd kind of been counting on it. But then,
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
should have known better than to underestimate
If I was a-
Inspector Carmelita Fox. As much as she liked
I
having
was
fun,
Master
Carmelita
Thief
was serious
who
about her police work.
Gave up the life.
And
Gave
now,
up
I had
the
a lot of
thief
explaining
life
to do.
for a normal
But the
one,
plan was in motion, and there's
And-
no stopping now.
and fell
Even though I was
for the
thinking I
police
need the time
officer
machine
who
just
was
to mess
chasing
things up
me.
with Carmelita.
I wouldn't risk that for the world.
Especially if
Before
she's
the
like
heist,
super
Thing
we
hot.
is,
recruited our disco-loving,
Sly
scuba
doesn't
diving
really have
friend
much of a
Demetrio
choice.
Stowe to look after the devious raccoons.
I like to be
Have you
Christmas.
seen the opening
Irreplaceable,
cutscene?
and the only guide we had, it was far too risky to take the book through time with us.
I
Bentley
would be
had
honest,
even
it has
invented a
to
communication device
seem
to
cool
allow
while
us
I
to
wasn't
contact
in it.
Dimitri no matter where
So let me
or
explain
when
this right now.
we traveled.
After Penelope disappeared and the time machine plans got leaked and all that kind of weird crap, it turns out the Thievius Raccoonus, the book of Sly K's family history, had started altering right before
But as
Bentley
we
died.
prowled through the time vortex, I
History was
realized
being
we were
rewritten,
in for a
and that
very
potentially means that the entire present could be erased. Anything ranging from Sly not existing in the first place to all of them dying horribly in the beginning of the first game, anything could happen.
Or Clockwork just wiping out the Cooper clan to begin with.
You know, typical tiny wimey stuff. Yay!
We needed to locate Ryuichi Cooper,
Basically,
Master Ninja,
basically Sly doesn't have a choice because
and Master
he,
Shield.
you're
According
going,
to
yeah, I
Cooper
wouldn't
clan
give that up for
history,
the world.
Ryuichi Cooper
He
was
might actually have to
the
surrender the
sushi.
world for it if this is the case.
After creating the delectable dish, he opened a sushi restaurant, which, while very prosperous, also provided the perfect cover for a ninja.
see.
When we got to Japan, it was
'Cause
obvious something was
If he
very
does
wrong.
nothing,
What should have been a
he
peaceful
may very
village
well
was
just
more like a heavily
say,
patrolled military
okay,
base.
kill me now.
We located Ryuichi's sushi restaurant, only to find it shut down and under guard. Things got worse when Bentley discovered that Ryuichi was locked up in a new high-security jail, allegedly for serving bad sushi to the shogun. It all sounded like
Well,
a
the
pretty
risks of
tough
time travel,
fish to
just
swallow.
getting oneself
We
erased in
needed
the
to get
blink
to
of
the
an eye.
bottom of the situation, and the first order of business
fair,
was
that's
getting
fair.
Ryuichi
Fair.
out
Yeah.
of prison.
No, I can't stop imagining.
If I may, though, I'm just gonna speak out one
You?
detail against this plan that always bothered me. But it's more like sitting characterization for the villain at this point. I'm not gonna spoil the name. But if the villain wins, his plan undoes itself. It's the Beast Wars Megatron gambit all over again.
It's also the Rita Repulsa gambit.
Because if you succeed, you erase the timeline that made you make this plan to make you do all this stuff in the first place. If you succeed, you lose.
Yep.
Again, dangers of time travel, creating paradoxes.
As long as it's not a grandfather paradox, we're good.
Cough, cough, true ending, cough, cough, possible, cough, cough.
I'm done. I'm out. Later, people.
I doubt it. I genuinely doubt it. But hey, the way that they make it set tone, it is a possibility. But here's what I think actually happened. Behind the scenes, after we stopped seeing what happened in this universe, upon any and all forms of like trying to find Sly, I don't think he left hints for them in the Thievius Raccoonus, which were always there. They're like, I'm in hey, check this out. I'm in ancient Egypt, help me. That looks like your handwriting, Sly. That's weird. I didn't write this.
Anyway,
Yes.
I can now just fully imagine in the CDGP, in terms of universe, Nucleus says something to Grizz along the lines of, "Oh, looks like you didn't get your buckle this time. Kill it, Grandpa." And I can just imagine, Grizz just going, "I'll show you a skill issue. Perhaps a boost striker."
Pulls up the boost striker. I'll show you a skill issue.
God, that would be fun, actually.
That sounded racist. The bird.
So, I just finished the opening sequence. Going through a cutscene right now, which I'm about to skip, if possible. But, I will say, I have mixed opinions on the redesign for the character occurs in Slide 4.
Why is that?
Slide's okay. I like Bentley's. Marie doesn't feel all that much different. In the case of Slide and Bentley, I do enjoy how they tried to mix their Slide 1 designs with their Slide 2 and 3 designs. Or in Bentley's case, just 2 and 3. Carmelita? I'm just confused about why they did that. I mean,
A tube top and a mini
wasn't
skirt.
exactly realistic before, but it felt more practical than what she's got going on now. First things first, whatever you can, immediately buy the paraglider.
He already did.
Yeah, I'm saying that because I'm doing it now.
I'll be right back. I'm thirsty.
Or adventure.
Well, yes.
I will say this much though, it does actually feel really good to play so far.
Yes, it does.
The gameplay feels really good. I did have a few trip-ups and errors on occasion in starting up, but like, for the most part, it feels like I'm just getting right back into the swing of things. Bonk.
Dang it.
So how's Birb been?
Pretty good.
who knows, maybe playing this game enough will actually get me back in the mood to write more of the Cooper universe there.
Camera work?
I'm hoping so.
Correctamundo, mon ami. I need some shots of the prison entrance and the samurai armor those big guards are wearing.
But it never predicts what when those fixations come and go.
We may need those for later. Capiche?
Yeah. I got you, pal.
Uh-oh.
But maybe we should
Flashlight guard saw me. Gotta run.
Sayonara, Cooper-san.
I can't believe we made it out of Paris in one piece.
These guards look like real.
Real ugly, too. That was definitely not his best side.
Who makes chopsticks out of ivory?
Someone who wants to molest.
I guess.
I really don't like the look of that place.
Something tells me the inside looks even worse. How will I explain this to Carmelita? Time travel? She'll never believe it.
Here, I gotta know. Did you, what's Conrad Chris's, like, thing?
Might
Like,
be the largest gate I've ever seen.
Tycoon is
The
lucky.
thief in me just needs to know what's behind it.
What's Chris's
Next time I
thing?
see Carmelita, I better duck first and
Bridges'
ask
thing
questions later.
is it's tough.
What'd you say?
Toughness.
Toughness. Durability.
Oh, okay. Nucleus is... I can literally smell tomato.
They must smell like rotten vegetables or something. Or like rotten fruit.
Honestly, it's quite funny that the guy who can, the writer who can smell tomato ends up switching to their side at one point.
That was the wrong button.
Oh, I think that collection was like, ah! That was great.
My head hurty, so I'm gonna be over here.
Kind of weird how feudal Japan has neon lights.
Hey, it's also weird that a town in Texas has street lights a good couple of years before they were actually invented.
You know what's really weird? Cat's running a pizza shop while moonlighting as samurai.
I don't get it.
I understood that reference.
Samurai pizza cats.
What the fuck is that?
The hell do you be watching?
It's basically a dubbed anime that they just basically took the show and did their own thing with it.
Yeah. the concept is kind of like the initial concept is kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Bentley, remind me to buy
But-
It
you.
was the 90s in there, man.
Yeah. You had a lot of turtle clones like that. Like, fucking Street Sharks!
It's also Street Shark.
It's a
So
shark
one more-
that burrows under the street!
It's one of the more blatant Ninja Turtle clones at that.
Huh.
In fact, Kamen Rider Zero One made a reference to Street Sharks. Actually, it might not be intentional, but I don't care. You know, one day for a stream, we should just watch, like, 90s cartoon openings.
I wouldn't be opposed to that,
Me neither.
but the copyright might.
No, that's true.
You would be surprised. 'Cause-
Especially if one of those 90s anime openings or cartoon openings in general is Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no, we're not gonna do Pokemon. We're gonna do like, we're gonna do stuff that's like not likely to come after us.
Also, things to quickly get 90s Pokemon fans angry with you, things to say that get Pokemon fans to lose you. I prefer the Johto and Hoenn themes to the original Kanto theme. Basically, I want to be the very best. It's not my favorite Pokemon theme and never will be.
Damn.
I didn't say I don't like it. It's just not my favorite. But of course, those two sentences are basically the same
This guy
thing
definitely looks out
in
of
their
place.
ears.
I better get a shot of this guy's ugly mug. You should be crawling around a tropical.
Like, I even prefer Pokemon World from the Orange Islands to the original theme.
Mercenary general responsible for overthrowing several.
I'm still happy to hear it when it comes on,
So, what kind of mess
but
are we
there
in?
are Pokemon themes I find I like more.
Like, as children, our brains are conditioned to respond to Pokemon songs. And we hear a Pokemon song and we recognize. Well, it's like Pavlov's dog.
Dog.
I understand that reference.
We're so conditioned, in fact, that if someone even says that they don't like one of the songs,
It triggers a kill on sight response.
I was gonna say it's like, what was it, Boppo the Clown? It was another thought experiment. Basically, conditioning children to punch a clown.
What?
I mean, there was more to it than just that, but like that's what I remember. It also wasn't a real clown. It was like one of those inflatable like punching things. Like you fill it up with air. You punch it. It falls over, and the air causes it to come back up.
I was about to say.
Yeah, no, I don't think they actually use a real clown for that. I hate them enough already. I don't need more her freaking a reason to punch one.
Clowns are fun though. I mean, look at Bear.
Not all clowns are fun. Like a needles cane.
He's right on that one.
Besides, Besides, I've legit been scared of clowns since I was a child.
I find clowns.
They're uncanny and disturbing to me.
I'm gonna wait for Bear to realize what I said.
I already realized.
Oh.
I'm just not gonna give that a response.
And in saying that, indirectly gave it a response.
Fuck.
See, that's kind of a funny thing. When you say you're not going to dignify something with a response, you technically just did. You want to know what the real clowns are?
What?
The people who think either hacking the game or dropping money for specific items makes them good at the game.
True.
Those ain't even clowns. Clowns are supposed to be funny.
It's funny watching these guys flail miserably and scream about how everything else is unfair.
Oh, the pay-to-win fuckers, yeah.
Also, I think they refer to
The
as
cheaters,
waiters.
the pay-to-wins, basically anyone who plays a game with an overbloated ego, especially when that ego gets popped.
Yoink, yoink, yoink. Yep, oops.
Oh goody, dietary on.
Oh, hey look. Hey look, Edo Air Mountain Dew.
I didn't realize they made toxic waste all the way back then. Note, I am joking and poking lighthearted fun at it. I do enjoy Mountain Dew from time to time. Obnoxious gamer stigma aside.
I don't particularly care for Mountain Dew.
I do every now and then. It's pretty okay.
If I want lemon lime soda, though, I'm just gonna get Sprite.
Right, good too. Gotta be honest.
I will agree with that.
Apparently, Team drinking Dr. Pepper is drinking liquid rage, so I've had people make fun of me for that.
Liquid rage. That's actually a new one. Never heard that before.
Thank Link hard from atop the fourth wall for that joke.
that their pockets just start getting lighter.
Tighter than something.
Your database security, Murray's pants.
Evidently, there's something in the back of the van moving around.
I
I think those are Ben's wheelchair arms.
no way in except for the front entrance. I think there's only one option.
The doorbell.
Very funny.
Yeah, those are Ben's wheelchair arms.
You're going to need a disguise. Get yourself a suit of armor from the start. That's our way in.
Roger that. Just call me Samurai Slide.
Good job, Sly. You got the helmet.
Freaking Luke.
Oh, so,
Here's my thoughts on Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn so far, since I have been playing a little of it. I'm thankful to finally be done with the Gundam Seed timeline because the majority of the missions were just escort missions, and I hated being basically tethered to the Archangel at the hip.
right.
The Strike Gundam, while it is fun, it is a little difficult to learn. Because depending on the combo you put in, you will just randomly change striker packs.
Huh.
For the Strike and the Impulse, that's how they work. If you enter specific combos or double tap the boost button, you will swap to the next pack, and your entire fighting style and button prompts will change. For instance, I found myself relying on the Sword Strike for the majority of my combat because the Launcher Striker pack was just difficult to learn how to use in general. Since you were relying entirely on firepower to do your fighting, you're not actually landing melee hits, and that keeps throwing me off. I expected to at least pull the Armor Schneiders out of either hip pouch and start swinging the knives, but no. No, your basic melee is just firing the multi-launcher out of the shoulder. So you're firing rockets out of one shoulder, and yeah, learning to aim that, especially going between that and melee phase with the other packs, that's gonna take getting used to. In comparison, the Freedom Gundam handled like a dream.
I like the Strike Freedom.
The Strike Freedom will come later. I have to start playing the Seed Destiny storyline in order to do that.
Until that's a bad series, though, I do like the Strike Freedom.
The series have their problems, and the part that irks me the most is that they did very much have potential. That's about the shortest way I can put it without delving into another minutes-long rant that frankly nobody needs, so...
change into the armor. Press the L2 button to take it off. And don't forget, you
I think my favorite suit to play as thus far of the 3 mobile suits they let you play as in the Gundam Seed Time Launch Chain missions were, like, you have the Strike, you have the Freedom, and you have the Justice Gundam. And so far, the Justice, I feel like, was my favorite of the bunch. Because it felt most like what I was familiar with in this game series. Like, Freedom may have handled really well, but for whatever reason, despite being a crowd control mobile suit, I had difficulty managing crowds with its early combos. I'm going to have to strengthen the thing a lot before it's ready for any more missions. On the plus side, I feel like the Impulse Gundam and Two Destinies timeline might actually be easier to use than the Strike. If for no other reason, then I will have an available melee for the Blast Impulse, so the combo should be a little easier to grasp. See, I described this to Seki before, but where the launcher Strike had the right shoulder weapons consisting of the multi-launcher and an anti-ship Vulcan gun alongside the big beam cannon, which that in and of itself is restricted to charge attacks and combos. The Blast Impulse has the twin beam cannons, some missile launchers, a pair of rail guns, and the machine standard beam rifle on top of having a beam javelin for melee. Also, we appear to have been joined by somebody. Hello.
No, still me. Discord crash.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
You there, open the door.
A little short to be a commander, aren't you?
Star Wars reference.
Why?
Why, I am Major Mugshot.
Mugshot? I've never heard of you.
Ha! You dare question me? Son, I've been a guard since you were just a squealing piglet. Wait until I tell the general about this. I hear he loves pork chops.
Wait.
Okay, that raises some unsettling questions about this universe.
What do you mean?
Sly says to a wild boar guard that he hears the general likes pork chops.
You might want to put on that armor.
Implying that the general will eat him.
That samurai armor should do the trick here.
And if Sly can say that with relative nonchalance, like this is a normal thing in their world, I'm honestly wondering what it is these guys actually eat.
Ryuichi invented the
And a
ninja
part of me doesn't want to know.
He's awesome.
Because this goes back to, wait a minute, we've seen actual bears in the series, and in this game we'll see an anthropomorphic talking bear.
Your gods all seem to make very poor
Hey, it's
choices.
Tank Dempsey. Or at least the guy who voices him,
I'm
at
not one of
least.
those bozos. I'm here to bust you out. The name's Sly.
Oh, yeah.
I see. A fellow
I recognize that actor.
Very good.
He's been in a lot of
To
stuff.
make your way
A
to
lot
the
of
Krakow
stuff.
Bridge to reach this cage.
off the top of my head, starting with the Ben 10 voices. Vilgax, Heat Black, Ghost Freak, and a number of others.
You might want to put on that armor before the guards find
Rich
you.
Jaws, I think, too. He is still currently the host of Toonami, Tom. He's freaking,
Spike
what's his name?
Spiegel.
Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
He's Guilmon from Digimon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he says it's one of his favorite roles. In fact, he voiced a lot of characters in Digimon. He was Blackboard Greymon.
Yo!
He was the miscellaneous Beetlemon evolution in Digimon Frontier. Outside of the Guilmon role and all his evolutions, he was a couple of the government guys in Season 3. He continues to voice characters in Digimon to this day, when they actually get dubbed.
Why, that samurai armor is highly unique. I've done some tests, and I'm positive it's fire resistant. While wearing it, you should be able to walk directly through flames.
Oh, and here's another one you might recognize there. Starscream.
Which one?
Transformers Prime.
Oh, yeah!
And from that same continuity, Shockwave in the High Moon Cybertron games.
Huh. Yeah, no, I hear it.
Ew, that was a hot situation.
And like, when I say he's been everywhere, I mean he's been everywhere. He's part of the running joke that I feel like my childhood was voiced by like 6 people. Oh, this is only sort of tangentially related since we're going from one Transformers actor to another. But I saw a new commercial for Rise of the Beast on YouTube while I was just kind of browsing earlier this morning. It was basically framed as an interview talking to and about Peter Cullen and his role as Optimus Prime, as well as some of the other voices in the movie. I think it's a glowing endorsement for the film that Peter has compared acting in this movie to having the same spark recording for G1 did.
Wait, he said that.
He said that.
I will be back in a bit.
Like, he described it as having the same energy, a respect for the franchise. Like, he compared it to voicing in G1, and he was doing so with a smile on his face.
How about some good news?
He opens the interview up with describing the conversation with his brother Larry that had created the voice of Optimus Prime in the first place.
Holy shit.
Mushrooms, language. Give me a lunch point.
So, for those who don't know, at the time, before Peter Cullen was about to go audition for Optimus Prime, he was living with his brother Larry, who had previously been a Marine, been deployed. So they're having a conversation as Peter's getting ready to go to the audition. Larry asks, okay, you need a ride? He's like, no, I got this. So he asks, okay, where are you going? Peter says, I'm going to go audition to voice a truck. Larry starts laughing. Peter clarifies apparently this is a heroic character. He's a hero. And according to Peter, his brother got very quiet, kind of somber, and tells him, Peter, if you're gonna be a hero, don't be a Hollywood hero with all the screaming and the BS and the posturing. Be a real hero. Be strong enough to be gentle.
That gave me chills, man.
And when Peter eventually gets the audition and starts voicing the character, at first he's not entirely sure what he's doing. He's never voiced a robot before. But the more he reads the lines, the more his brother Larry starts coming through. And that's how we got Optimus Prime as we know him.
It appears that shield is composed of the same material as your armor. In fact,
That's some
It's why Peter is so attached to Optimus and why he's so particular about how Optimus is portrayed. This is effectively all that's left of his brother.
That would explain why he was so done with the Bay movie.
Watch out for those dragons!
Like, it's why he has so much respect for this character. He sees his brother in Optimus Prime. Beyond just how much Optimus means to the fans.
Nick is very good.
And I want to point this out. Not one, but two actors who have played Optimus Prime spoke out against Optimus' characterization in the Bay movies. Peter Cullen himself and Gary Chalk both said this is not Optimus Prime. This guy acts nothing like Optimus. He sounds nothing like Optimus, even with the G1 voice. He's not saying anything Optimus should say. He's not behaving like Optimus should behave.
Give me your face!
Cooper. I'm your relative. From the future.
Do not worry, ninja are never alarmed. With all
Hang on,
that
what was that,
has
Kraken?
happened lately, I believe you. Now perhaps open the cage so that we may escape certain
Funny enough, both you and Bear came to the "Give me your face" quote, which, sadly enough, he actually did say in one of the movies.
I know, and I quote it all the time when people start talking about the Bay movies.
And then we have a T.F. Wiki joke where it shows Prime killing the Fallen, and it says, "Your face is inadequate. Give me your spark." Speaking of, I actually did see a leader class, the Fallen figure from Studio Series in Walmart the other day, and I'm just sitting here going, nope.
Okay, right.
Stuck in a double-A battery.
Inside joke. If I start laughing like a moron, I can't explain it because, again, inside joke between me and my siblings.
After rescuing Ryuichi, we returned to the hideout. Unfortunately, there
Bear.
wasn't much time for
Yes?
family reunions.
Would you like
We
to
needed
see
to
some
figure out
great
what was
man
going on,
favorites right
and
here?
fast. Ryuichi confirmed that the source of the trouble was the tiger we had trapped in the
send it
village,
in
someone
DMs.
calling himself El Jefe. After some more database digging, Bentley was able to uncover his Interpol file. El Jefe
I honestly
had an
can't tell if
impressive record.
Spy feels
Over the
heavier
years,
or
he'd
lighter
taken
than
over
he
dozens
used
of
to
small
when it comes
countries
to,
around the
like,
globe.
just kind of moving him
Usually
around.
for the highest bidder. He was a ruthless mercenary and military strategist of the highest order.
Anyways,
In fact, he once
Like,
boasted that he could overthrow a country commanded
people have
only
actually
8
quoted
mice,
these
armed with
interviews
plastic
at conventions
slings.
and said, this is the ultimate proof
According to
that
his father, this guy
Crazy
had
Steve is
mysteriously
not
vanished
Optimus
away,
Prime.
just as the authorities
Crazy
were closing
Steve?
in.
That's what I call him.
Well,
Okay.
we had found him. We needed to take him down.
Crazy Steve,
Looked like we were in for a
the
tough battle.
homeless
So,
junkion bot
we
who got
decided
into
to start
Optimus' wardrobe and
Ryuichi's
started parading
secret.
around pretending to be him. Because calling him Nemesis Prime just does not work for me. One part because he tried that in one of the last couple of Bay movies and it really did not work.
It was the last one, the last night. He called himself Nemesis Prime. No change in color.
Aside from his eyes turning purple.
But the point is, his armor wasn't black. There was almost no change.
They didn't even do the Transformers Prime thing where they desaturated his colors.
Like, on top of that, like...
There was basically no physical change beyond the eyes are purple now and he's got this red stripe painted down his face.
The Last Night, I feel like, is the biggest insult to Transformer fans. Because, one, that attempt at Nemesis Prime was insulting. Two, we have a confirmed headmaster in the movie and he never does anything.
He never even turns into the head mode, for what I recall.
Yeah. It's confirmed that he was a headmaster, but he never transformed.
He was a headmaster and, I think to a degree, a pretender.
I think. Also, once again...
His actor was still one of the better parts of the movie.
Once again, I feel they missed the point of combiners. Because you had a bunch of...
I'm going to avoid the obvious Devastator joke and move on.
Well, I mean, alright. At least you could tell Devastator was made up of different machines.
Even if one bizarre part of his anatomy came from absolutely none of the component machines that made him up.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. I notice he keeps leaving when we start talking about Transformers.
A part of me wants to say it's intentional, and the rest of me is just going, nah, it's probably not intentional.
But, yeah, no, like, the dragon in, The Last Night. Yeah, supposedly it's a combiner. But can you tell at all that it's made up of multiple machines?
Oh, on that note of the dragon and just the migraine that is continuity in favors, the people behind things Rise of the Beast finally acknowledged that Rise of the Beast and the Bumblebee movie are in fact a reboot and not a prequel.
Fuck yes!
Language.
Like, sorry, Birb, but like, this is something that warrants it because that is a severe release of, oh, finally, yes, that's like, we needed this. The mere threat that these films were a prequel and would have to tie back into the Bay films and we just get more of that continuity has been driving fans up and down the wall for basically since the Bumblebee movie was announced. Like, I gotta point this out, this is a trivia fact here. Even during the production of the movie, and this is why Bumblebee looks the way he does, even the production staff and Hasbro themselves were flopping back and forth repeatedly on whether the film would be a prequel or its own rebooted new universe. It's why Bumblebee has the movie favor style phase instead of like everyone else having a more traditional Transformer phase.
Also, why Megatron's not in the movie.
Despite the fact that apparently there are figures of the Bumblebee universe Megatron. I'm not kidding. Say they had all the fallen in there. It wasn't really one of the more elaborate series figures. It was just like some throwaway looking figure for the Rise of the Beast line. But they described him as the Bumblebee movie series Megatron.
Interesting.
And he too bore a heavy resemblance to the G1 design. Like, bucket head and all.
Latios, I'm gonna send you something.
Okay.
I sent it through Messenger.
I just got the samurai armor. Okay, I already love this.
It looks like the person that does these is gearing up for a Devastator.
And I love the way it looks so far. These almost really do fit Constructicons.
I just can't wait to see more.
Yeah, those designs were like really freaking awesome.
Like, they've already done it, like, 2 combiners, I think? Neither one I really recognize that much. But, if it's gonna be anything like those if it's gonna be anything like the ones... If this Devastator's gonna be anything like those, it's gonna be good.
So, on the note of giving G1 characters Beast Wars style beast modes, there was one I was toying with for the Beast Wars continuity I've been doing for the last several months, basically since I started. What if G1 RC as a mouse? Just to pay homage to that one line from Rat Trap.
Actually, I think this artist has done that.
There is camera of it, yes. And that's why I knew I gotta go for that alt mode, because I see people already make this joke and it makes me smile.
Apparently, people have been having fun with the Optimus Prime, or Optimus Primal mask. The one that can transform. Because someone just took it and straight up put it on the Studio Series Unicron. Let me set that.
Speaking of Unicron and bringing things back to the Rise of the Beast conversation, we already knew this couldn't have been a prequel from the Autobot lineup we had there, but it was basically cemented when that trailer with the shot of Unicron came out.
Also, I would like to add, the ending of Bumblebee alone more or less proved that it could not be a sequel because Optimus was on Earth.
In his G1 style truck mode, they wanted us to believe, oh, that might have just been a regular old Earth with the truck, but what about the robot mode shot afterwards? Wasn't there a robot mode shot afterwards?
Yes, there was. It was, like, during that shot is when we saw more Autobots coming to Earth.
Red has found all the stuff I just linked in the shared Facebook chat. I've seen the condition of his Armada Prime too. I think he could use a few of those. I lucked out in that mine still has both the super mode ear pipe things, so if I were to order any of these for Shapeways in the future, I would just maintain the smokestack for the grill.
That is good.
Maybe see if I can find one that makes a weapon. Because, like, I did see a 3D print one from the actual rifle that has Armada Prime had, but it was scaled for the deluxe class version of the figure, so it was a bit too small. I wish there was a way you could speed up the dialogue text typing there.
Like, I'm looking through the artist's work, and I'm seeing like a lot of the stuff they drew in terms of like Beast War, like giving characters Beast War forms. Like they made Whirl a white heron.
Huh.
Sorry, gray heron.
Okay, Sly. It's time for Ryuichi to reclaim his sushi restaurant. It looks
So
like
a few days back, I found a stop motion, basically a day at World's, not World, a day at Swerve's bar, and they treat it like a sitcom. Cheesy theme song and all. Swerve even makes a few fourth wall jokes, much to Rum's confusion.
Right. Plus, I just look good in armor.
No one gets in or out. Understand? I don't want any more problems.
Dismissed.
Like, I love how their version of Six Shot, instead of being like instead of having 6 alternate modes, he's a fusor of multiple animals.
Oh, that's sick.
He is what's called a Nue, or Nui, I don't know, Nue. It's a mythological creature.
I can see that working.
He's got a snake for a tail, the head of an ape, I think. Front legs of a tiger, back legs of a wolf. I don't even know what his underbelly is supposed to be. I'm seeing like a fish fin on the back and what looks like insect wings.
Though the bamboo forest is dense, water flows through it without effort.
Yeah. Just be careful not to alert the guard. Now get those dives and take your restaurant back.
Oh yeah.
Able to
And
practice
Prowl has a weasel
in that
mode.
cage. Let me recall the leaping dragon
What?
technique.
Resist urge to guffaw like a moron.
He actually, his robot mode makes him look like animated Prowl,
To gather my focus while using the left
and
stick to
his
direct
attack
my energy
mode
towards
turns the weasel into a Kamitachi, a sickle weasel.
I freaking love Lyrichi's special ability. It's amazing.
What does his special ability do?
The sleeping dragon. It's like
It's basically the fire jump on steroids.
I will show
Ah.
you this shop cannot be closed. One can only cut sushi properly with a knife sharp. It appears my knife locks were not sufficient to get trouble out. I must work this.
When you use the when you use Ryuichi's move, it basically lets you just straight up launch yourself from spire point to spire point.
In their debt.
Oh yeah, Astro Train's also a Fusor. He is a... Huh?
I think you showed me that one.
Yeah, he's a pelican and a centipede.
He's a pellipede. My god.
And Blitzwing is a Hercules beetle and a Mega Bat.
I'm not gonna make the merged name pun for that one.
Alright, what I'm about to send you is RC.
From my restaurant.
The first one was her original design. Before the author decided to come up with some alternate ones.
I'll be right back. I'll use the bathroom.
Alright. I'm in constant pain now. Is that fugu?
Where? Yeah,
Pop-
that's a fugu.
Holy shit.
Okay, now turn on your restaurant lights and send El Jefe a message.
One day, I will bring presents to this shop again.
It's cool that you get to play as the ancestors.
Technically, even though Sly did defeat him, it was Carmelita who was the one who ultimately defeated the Clockwork.
Yeah.
One more clue while they're gonna find. I want it. I gotta get the treasure because there's really good treasure in each safe, and I really need it.
So it's just for treasure this time?
Well, actually, the save treasure, one gives you coins, but also it gives you like a special build too.
Okay.
Kind of like the chocolate chip cookie recipes you got in the first game or in the second game.
Okay.
I got a feeling it's gonna be somewhere pretty freaking obvious I might have overlooked, so let's finally take some time.
Doesn't look like a... That looks like a geisha mask. Kabuki masks tend to have like more painted features. I'd say painted features, but I mean like there's like streaks of red and sometimes exaggerated features.
I was thinking of Tengus because I was thinking like these guys are like the long noses, but those are Tengus.
Yeah, those are Tengus. Do they just scare each other?
I believe so.
Be kind, rewind.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, first sign, Siamese cat. interesting, cute. The freaking squirrel design is absolutely adorable, and I love the freaking nut that's holding turns into what looks like some kind of bomb. If RC were to ever turn back into demolition, I could see this although working super well for that.
Oh, there it is. Knew these weren't obvious.
You know where the safe is?
Yeah, I found it earlier, and thankfully it was a pin mark. Or wait,
The Cherboa alt mode is also so freaking adorable. I think the squirrel is my favorite though.
is the squirrel's name Rat Tosker?
No, it's a Transformers thing.
As a beast mode for one of the characters, I thought it was amusing that, yeah, this Autobot, now Maximal, turns into a squirrel. And if this bot happens to be a demolitions expert, well, now you have to bombs disguised as a miscellaneous nut being carried into battle and being chucked by said demo expert. Lyle Kaiser is just... I love the freaking reverse card they pulled here.
Yep.
They took the original full Combiner team where they turned into vehicles and the chest armor turned into animals and pulled the Uno reverse card.
So it said
now the original vehicle modes are the armor plating minicon things, and the armor plating minicons beast modes are the bigger bot beast modes.
Yep.
Again, I love that so much.
And I believe that is the complete Leo Kaiser with every member.
I mean, I do see 7 bots.
And I've had 2 more sets of 7. That makes 777. Best lucky number.
Okay, so here's a thing for Bear. Yesterday, while I was downloading all this stuff, Seki and I had a conversation about Digimon Tri, and I promise it's not going to go into the rant realm. I think you might enjoy this.
Okay.
So, it started off with a discussion of if a human is converted into data upon entering the digital world, what happens? Fire for any reason. We concluded, well, maybe the data gets recycled into a brand new Digimon.
It's been a long time since we went fishing.
The conversation meandered for a little bit into how Digimon Tri ended, and we eventually got to, well, since the bit of Apocalypse data that was in Meikumon that made her infect other Digimon, albeit unwillingly, since that died before Digimon, what if there was enough of Meikumon's data returned to the digital world through restoring everything's memory data that she could eventually pull herself back together over time? But now without the hindrance of the Apocalypse data. Like, that is more or less what we came to. Reincarnation affecting more than just Digimon, and a possible way for a character killed unfairly to return, albeit changed.
Okay.
really gotta figure out how to fix your connection there.
Oh, I guess I was watching work.
You were watching what?
Work. Independent special effects film work.
Oh! Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you said pork.
Okay, so I got one last thing I'm gonna say about the Transformers stuff. I just find myself smiling that not one but two Optimus Prime actors basically said, Michael Bay, you were doing it wrong. But outside of that, there is the factor that Peter Cullen went on record saying there were a few lines he tried, arguing with, saying, my character would never say this. Optimus would never say that. And Bay was the only director to ever look him in the eye and say, do it anyway because I want this.
Michael Bay is the best example of a toxic fan.
Only Bay also went on record saying he didn't really care much about how the material he was adapting.
Of course he didn't.
It's Michael Bay.
Was all just a paycheck because he found Transformers to be a stupid idea in the first place. By his own admission.
Oh my god. Well, at the very least, Peter Cullen gave Rise of the Beasts what I'm gonna say is like a very, very high praise. So I'm definitely gonna go watch it.
Like, the man basically invented the characterization for Optimus Prime. He may have had the bio already written prior, but Peter is the guy who gave Optimus the character, gave life to that bio.
No problem, chum. Fresh fish coming up.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
New phone, who dis?
Hello? Going, yes?
Those mammoth lightning bugs will give you a nasty shock.
Hello? Hello, hello? Yeah, the animatronics seem to really riled up. Kinda nice.
And attract the bugs. Give it a whack and get those things out of our way.
Screw this crap on out.
That was my pharmacy, and this time they didn't hang up on me.
If they did, you would have turned that pharmacy into a pharmacy.
Probably.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
This is one situation where your muscle mass may be problematic.
So, you want to know the line in particular he cited that he really didn't want to do but got pushed to anyways, basically because the paycheck got threatened?
Give me your face.
We will kill them all.
Okay.
That was the line he cited in that particular interview.
Let's hurry. The fish should be biting right now.
And the thing is, Gary Chalk also, in a different interview altogether, he brought up issues with that exact line.
Yeah, I imagine he would.
Like, between Optimus Primal and the Unicron trilogy, like, Gary Chalk knows Optimus just as well as Peter Cullen does, and there's a reason these two are interchangeable as the voice of Optimus in my head.
This old magnet from Murray's toy robot. I've calibrated it to coincide with the fish's own bioelectric fields, so if I can keep it close enough, it should attract them like a charm. Talk about animal magnetism. I just need to tilt like this to move it around.
I hate this part. Oh god, I hate the motion control.
I see you hiding there.
I really wish this never bothered with those motion controls. I haven't reached that part yet, but I'm dreading it.
Yeah, a scrumptious long-nosed snorkeler. Don't worry, I've analyzed their swimming. I see you hiding. That's right, come. Don't worry, I've analyzed their swimming patterns. That's right, come to Papa.
I hate that so much. I hate motion control. Why is this a thing?
Because it was
It was mandated when they made it.
yeah, it was a new thing.
Yes, a speckled cave dipper. Sweet jujubes, it's a rare giant ball of
I have issue with slide falling so easily into that pressure plate trap. Also,
Rats! Looks like I'll have to try again with the next school of fish. Don't worry, I've analyzed their... Don't worry, Yep, a delectable spotted snake mouth. Yeah, a big-eyed bug eater. Yep, a beautiful large-mouth horse face. Yes, a superb striped rock sucker. That's right, come to... Sweet jujubes! It's a rare giant ball of Oblansky! Okay, Murray, take that fish to the cart.
Shoot! I need some more fish!
Okay, Murray, take that fish to the cart.
I did not know you were only a true trooper could have reached this cage. Gee, the fact that he's wearing her family's emblem on his belt didn't tip you off.
After you get rid of those lightning bugs.
Could be an attempt at a cheap knockoff. Or a video.
And for that matter, the cage he's carrying. Well, at least I got really easy free.
this fish back to him without El Jefe's goons turning us into sashimi?
Never fear, Bentley. Nobody makes a hippo roll out of the Murray.
Also, gotta love the weirdness of the Sly Cooper games in this regard. Characters can be seen smoking, but the instant drinking is even hinted at. Oh, no. Drown that in metaphor.
Yeah.
We can't have the children seeing alcohol. Are you mad? But sir, we have their characters smoking. I don't.
What would smoke a cigar?
Cut to the person they're talking to holding the biggest cigar on Earth. I don't care.
Yeah.
I find it funny that they don't like one drug being used, but they'll be happy with another.
And honestly, I think the only time they alluded to alcohol existing without really trying to cover it up was when Sly references Carlita showing him the special bottle he saved for the event of his arrest.
Ah, yes.
Okay, Ryuichi, the plan is simple.
The bottle of cider.
He comes out of the castle to talk to Madame Geisha. If we want to know what he tells her, we're going to need her costume. The good news is, I discovered she's on vacation, and El Jefe doesn't know it yet. The bad news is,
So,
it looks
inevitably I'm going to make this one joke for my Cooper / Sean Cooper story, where upon learning the technique,
For a ninja,
Sean is becoming. Okay, what exactly does jump and press the circle button even mean? What button?
You gotta love games like that. In order to walk, press W. What are you talking about?
I love games that do that, like in universe. Like, in order to move forward, Geralt of Riviera, press the W button. The what?
Oh god, it hurts my eyes.
That's a lot.
it appears that Madame Geisha's outfit is locked inside that large container.
Oh yeah, this place. And the myth of everything to do here.
Thanks to learning the guard.
I have no issue with Murray dressing up as the character, so to say. But I feel like the dance number that's coming up is a bit too far.
It appears to be open remotely.
As long as he's not doing a lap dance.
It looks like the doorway to the first wing is open. There's bound to be one. And a whole load of traps. So be careful.
Fair.
Yeah.
Would you like me to finish the story I was talking about earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Where did I cut myself off? I
don't
cannot remember.
I don't remember.
Did I talk about the...
I remember.
Did I talk about the human hybrids yet?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Okay. So basically, Prince of Horrors goes and gives them their abilities.
What?
Albeit, he said that it was only going to be for a temporary amount of time. He never said how exactly temporary is with him. It's about, let's see, 24 months.
Two years?
Yes. He gave them the abilities of a horror for 2 years. You can tell how much of a headache that was for the Makai Order.
Yeah.
You know what he goes and does when when those 2 years is up?
What?
He goes to one of the people that had the abilities. And he basically just goes and gives them an offer of getting the abilities back for everyone who did have them, but permanently.
Oh my god.
Now, let me say this, he's not evil. He just believes humanity can take care of themselves rather than having the Makai Order take care of them for them.
Okay.
So now there's a permanent group of God, I hate myself for calling them this now. Permanent group of horror men running around.
Horror men.
And because they can no longer erase their memories, or anyone's memories to be exact, because horrors are still very much rampant throughout the city. It's up to the watchdog to make this order. Eliminate any and every human horrorman on sight.
Oh god.
I'll give you a guess on who agreed and who didn't.
Time to try out my new code cracker. I need to guide the spark to
I'll
surface
give you a
before
hint.
that timer runs out.
Their name is the same as the show this comes from. Yep. Garrow agreed to the extermination order.
Wait, he agreed to it?
Yes.
That's a little alarming.
Let's after what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, yeah. After
Executing Order 56.
no, not that.
That's effectively what this is.
After dealing with the Royals, Arrow was pretty much done and just wanted things to go back to the way they were.
Okay.
So they agreed. And remember one of the horrors with the souls from last time?
Yeah. Yes.
They along with Garo's cousin, went and joined the military that had a group of foreigners running around.
Oh.
Target acquired. Agent Hawk going in.
The story is fun, and that's all I'm gonna say.
That cable looks rather delicate.
Have no fear, the Murray is here.
Okay, Murray.
Uh-oh.
Try out your disguise a bit earlier than expected. I hope you remember the routine we rehearsed.
You there! What's going on? Explain yourself.
I've got a wrong number text to deal with. Hang on.
My eyes! Ow!
Oh, one of the manga ignites in my story. I think I need to stop it. One of the horror men in my story. I think I need to go bleach my eyes now.
Oh, Jesus.
This is the same number I was referring to. I can see Murray dressed in. I can see Murray got himself in the get up, but this damn number was too much.
Oh, God, my eyes.
Oh god, it's a mini game.
Oh, Jesus. Guitar Hero, don't fail me now. Played a lot of Guitar Hero growing up. It was one of my favorite rhythm games.
Probably this version of the Terry Media is gonna be just as, if not even easier.
Oh,
Spoilers! That's okay. That's up back now.
Yeah, I didn't say when in the game it happened or what the circumstances were.
That was true.
And I think we all knew finally that it was gonna show up somewhere.
they're actually gonna have her
It would be a
intro.
flying ladder.
Ladies and gentlemen, idols in a nutshell.
Yep. Or a very weird king in the furry fandom, which I'm surprised is a thing. I think this is probably a thing in the furry community.
It is humankind. We'll find a way to screw everything up, give or take.
We'll find a way to just screw everything up and also rectify everything.
Of course, you're right. Humanity is a plague.
Took you until just now to figure it out. What do you call this a second? According to Tolkien, what do you call this a human? Infestation.
I'm not gonna lie, I can get a couple chuckles out of this game. I forgot how fun this game is sometimes.
My reaction to this is the reaction that Kanye had when
Yeah.
Like, this is a little creepy. Not creepy, but cringy.
Mr. Popo, I'm back. Good lord, what happened to the lighthouse? Or to the lookout? Oh, nothing, Bobby. No, it's. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, it took me a moment to remember how the report actually went. It's been a while since I saw that part of the bridge.
Question. You're supposed to be in the Edo period, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
They just call it feudal Japan, so I assume so.
Why the hell are there speakers in the background?
We're dealing with time travel anomalies.
Probably came from the future.
Don't ever do that again, Rory. Don't you ever do that again.
What's funny is,
There's a guy named El Jefe in feudal Japan.
But the funny thing is, we saw how these guys should be reacting in the Pirate Bay level of Sly 3. Also, Murray is very clearly a hippo, not a rhino, so these guys are even dumber than we thought.
Yep.
Hey, Bear.
Yes.
Look at memes on Past Rangers server.
Oh god.
Scroll all the way to the bottom, and I do mean all the way.
Okay, Releachy, we need to collect samples from those.
Okay, if people were going to gaslight murdering people home, aka guards, and he does his takedowns, there is no question really he's definitely killing these people.
Instantly. Just be careful not to be overcut yourself.
Bentley-san, did I not explain?
You're a ninja master. I know.
Right? Now, allow me to show you how it's done.
Well, now at least I know where Sly gets it from.
Am I looking at what Midas wrote?
We can rid our
Or
land
put,
of this
rather?
villainous
Oh,
tiger.
no, the video.
The video?
Yes, the one above this.
The Cast Ranger video.
Giggling earlier, I watched that, and I couldn't help myself.
I must strike the blossom to extract the poison.
But speaking of memes, actually, you won't believe what, you won't believe, this, so the memes actually takes the air chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look at the game chat.
This compound will topple even the largest enemy. This poison will make those guards sleep like babies.
I was scrolling through my friends list, and I see that, and it's like, okay, first of all, how? Second of all, how?
Third of all, when?
And fourth of all, how? And lastly, what?
I actually don't believe that's meet us, unless it actually is. If it is, then I'll be surprised. If it isn't, then I don't know.
This is taking a while. It's been a while since I did this.
You're good, man. You're good.
Basically, a repeat of what I was saying when I got that chance to play Slide 2 with you guys. Like, I was basically apologizing left, right, and center for the fact that I was sucking at the game.
Oh, there we go. Dewey's right in my face.
I must strike the blossom to extract the poison.
Lance Calani or the Mother Clan for the Weapons Changeable DLC in Sims 4 a little bit. Good old Sims. Good series.
Okay, so, Chocobo, did you get to read any of what I was doing with Transformers Redux lately, and or did Bear tell you what I was doing?
I have not, cause I have like little to no knowledge of Transformers, but I'm pretty sure Bear wants to tell me, don't you, Bear?
He introduced the Council and the Citadel from Mass Effect.
Awesome. Well, I did read like the last.
Also, the Quarians have made an appearance.
I did see like the last bit, because I did see like the Admiral stuff, which I thought was pretty cool.
Also, he ran with a theory.
A game theory.
Do you remember the human, Solarian, and Turian on Ilium?
Their conversation on Ilium
regarding the Asari?
Yeah. I think so.
How they all thought that the Asari looked like their species instead of the other.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
So, Latios ran with that, and when Cybertronians see
I
Asari...
find it as a sort of mental projection they do with other species to attract, compatible mates, but when Cybertronians look at them, they see basically nothing.
Huh.
It's
like those pixel filters that people put over people's faces when you're trying to protect someone's identity or just general TV static.
Yeah.
That's what Cybertronians see.
Like, sorry. TV static with
foggy glass.
With foggy glass.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
This is the optimal location to work with our C-car.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye, Taro.
Bye, Bear. Also, kill this shit.
I'll show you a skeleton!
Okay. I think I accidentally paused the stream. Like, I have a list of, each species from Mass Effect that I could think of and how they interact with Cybertronians, if at all. So, we've gone over how the Asari are depicted here. What if they said that because the Cybertronian wars have decimated their culture to a point where there's almost nothing the Asari can find, and Cybertronians are effectively incompatible with them anyways, the Asari society at large just kind of views Cybertronians as worthless? There's nothing to assimilate genetically or culturally, so what good are they?
Yeah.
The Solarians, before Unicron happened, they were quite PO'd at Cybertronians for not sharing their weapons tech, and especially their space bridge tech. Everybody in the galaxy apparently wants Cybertronians to eventually start sharing the space bridge stuff, but as Optimus puts it, if this can be used to put a bomb in a planet's core, I ain't letting this out.
Yeah, I love how Optimus is like, we're not giving you our technology because you could use it to start new wars. And
Our people will not be responsible for another planet's extinction.
And then the Asari are like, oh, so you're selfish. Like, bitch, what?
One in particular one. Basically comparing it to the Decepticons. Yeah, we won't be responsible for another planet's destruction. Tell that to your Decepticon.
Yeah. Your
Decepticon. Tell that to your Decepticon. Neither Optimus nor Ultra Magnus fell for the bait there. To her annoyance, but her captain reined her back in line. But after they cut the call, Inquiry on their ship just wondered, what a boss deck.
Even this magnificent priest.
Like, what a rude boss deck.
Yeah, the Asari don't particularly like the Cybertronians.
Considering 2/3 of the active council don't like them, this is why Cybertronians are forbidden from owning property on the Citadel, or doing much other than trading, like, the general goods.
Like, they don't even have an ambassador on the Citadel. The closest thing I can think of is Ultra Magnus when he goes to trade stuff.
In that particular instance, since Magnus' ship arrived just in time to get resupplied before the Citadel closed up. Since it closed up, transmissions in or out have been impossible.
Chocobo, you remember you remember how, like, throughout most of the game the Citadel was open, right?
Yeah.
And it only closed when really bad shit was going down.
Yep.
Good thing
It's closed.
My
Yeah.
dragon gates are invincible.
Entire star systems have gone dark.
God doesn't get distracted by sushi.
Bright went hens or cast went hens dark. Basically all the stars in that system and all the colony world, they're all dark.
That's not good.
It's like that entire section of space just went lightless. Nobody's answering calls. There's no planet detected in the area anymore. No stars to navigate. It's like an apocalypse happened there.
It is quite literal dead space.
That is not good.
No, it is not.
And whatever it is that caused that, Chaos Bringer, is heading in the direction of Cybertron and Earth, with the Citadel already in its path.
Now I just need to find that blasted Ryoichi.
I'm not sure how much of a spoiler this is going to be because I introduced the Mathematic species for this exact purpose, but I had intended for the whole goal of the Autobots here to get everyone in the galaxy working together to repel this new threat.
Greetings, Madam Geisha.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So let's go through what I've written for some of the other things. I mentioned how the Citadel Council already does everything, that 2/3 of them are going like, just get off our ship.
Oh!
Oh god.
El Jefe! Dude, this is supposed to be a kid's game!
We gotta save Murphy's bum!
Oh, that bum gone. It's already gone.
That's what I
it's gone.
mentioned about getting creepier.
It's already gone. It's gone.
Murray.
It's gone.
I like to think Murray knocked him out, and El Jefe just thinks he had a wild night.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus, that. Maury will not be able to sit down after that. Poor man. That poor hippo. I hope nothing like that happens to me.
Yeah, just going through my notes here to get us back on a less squeaky track. The Asari are frustrated they've nothing to gain culturally and or genetically from the living machines. The Solarians are frustrated by the robots' refusal to trade weapons tech with them. One side, the Decepticons, mock the Solarians and call it trading down, while the other refuses to trade out of some absurd and useless claims of morality. Bear in mind, we're talking like pre-Mass Effect 1 style firearms here, where they don't have thermal clips yet, so they're still prone to overheating, and what we know about Mass Effect weapons, for the most part, they're still firing physical projectiles. The Decepticon weaponry fires pure plasma at like machine gun rate without overheating.
It's time to bring him down. First, we need to open those dragon gates. Thanks to Ryuichi's special sushi rolls, the guards are out for the count.
Everyone is basically angry that the sole thing the Autobots and Decepticons can agree upon is the refusal to let Space Bridge tech lead to the rest of the galaxy.
With guards, so we'll need to create a diversion.
The only thing both sides seem to agree on is that nobody else should have space bridges.
Ryuichi can make his way under the bridge to the bridge and open the gate. Once we get that gate open, there's nothing stopping us from taking the palace.
The Turians were able to look past that to a degree, because their society is militaristic in nature and they inherently understand the concept of keeping one's assets close at hand.
Assets.
Basically, if it's something you can use for an advantage, it's an asset. It's something you don't want the enemy getting.
So they kind of understand where the Autobots or where the Cybertronians are coming from.
Doesn't mean they like it very much, but they at least understand the mindset.
Do the hard treatment that everybody else is doing now. They cut off that bridge of possible renegotiating these cases when they start taking second guessing their decision. You know, like it's keeping all their options open.
Kraken made an observation that basically echoes what I was getting at. Cybertronians are only really allowed on the Citadel to trade goods they're willing to share because of this. Ship parts, energon crystals, any resources they gather during travel. But they're effectively forbidden from setting up shop properly aboard the station. They can't own apartments or property, they've got no seat on the council, no say in the government or politics of the Citadel. They are purely treated as that visitor that shows up every so often. As for other species, the Elcor remain as friendly as ever with the strange robots, as they are with everybody else.
What about the hand art? What about the jellies?
We'll get there.
Okay.
As for the Volus, well, Swindle is on their most wanted list. I mean, the Decepticon is literally named Swindle. You can imagine what a very commerce-centric Volus hate him. Outside of Swindle, though, I don't think they really dislike Cybertronians all that much.
The only one they actually have any beef with is Swindle, so...
The Hanar generally don't care one way or the other. I say generally because that's the mass majority of Hanar. They don't really like or hate Cybertronians. They've barely met a few. But there are always going to be that select few who find the mere concept of Primus to be blasphemous against the Inverse.
That's a blim. It's blim.
Because,
No,
yeah, supposed light god who created life cave on your planet and is now the core of said planet. But that runs counter to the idea that the Enkindlers created everything.
End of the line, Cooper!
Yeah, they're
Come
not
here so I
happy
can give you
about
5
that.
across the ass.
Get them, you fools!
Other Hanar call these individuals overzealous. Like, you know you done screwed up when other Hanar are calling you too crazy for your own good.
My favorite time of the day!
The Drell are in a similar boat, so to speak, in that they're mostly indifferent to Cybertronians. Bacterians hate Cybertronians about as much as they hate everybody else. You took what could have been ours before we even get there. That is stealing from us. Get them.
Oh, I bet the Decepticons fucking love that.
But the Decepticons consider them target practice. Well, at least they did until they brought out nukes.
Oh.
Radiation might not directly hurt Cybertronians, but explosions still cause damage.
Yeah.
The Quarians actually are quite fond of the Sapient machines, surprisingly enough. As Autobots have not only gone out of their way to help struggling ships of all types, including Quarian ships, regardless of the species aboard, but the intervention of a team of Autobots a good century or two prior prevented a full-on massacre involving the Geth.
So basically, the Geth Wars never happened.
The intervention of the Autobots basically prevented the Geth War from happening in the first place,
Yeah, it's morning war.
resolving it all with a mutual understanding. Like, go figure. And somehow, in spite of this, the Geth have no strong feelings one way or the other with Cybertronians, but I assume that's because Geth, by their own admission, don't feel emotion.
That's true.
They also don't really have any real connection to Cybertronians, because Cybertronians are individuals, whereas Geth aren't.
I do believe they have some version of a feeling of gratitude for effectively an accident being prevented before it could happen.
Fucking son of a bitch. You're getting 7 across the ass.
7?
That's a Game Grumps joke.
It sounds like a Game Grumps joke, but like, how? 7? How?
I forget where it's from, but like, I know it's like from Game Grumps.
You know what? That's probably the Dennis the Menace game.
Yeah, that's it.
Sadly, not even referring to fingers so much as it is slaps.
No! El Jefe's getting away!
So,
Don't worry,
on the note of Ultra Magnus,
these two.
here's a genuine Ultra Magnus screw you from the IDW comics. we'll leave you to your new friend, Frau. I'm glad you found company, because I think you're the loneliest person I've ever met.
Translation. Fuck you.
My take on a similar statement from Magnus. So here's the setup. This is taking place during Mass Effect 3 during the negotiations to get the Krogan females back to Chanka. When the Dalatras says a bully has few friends that need the most,
What do you think of my statue?
Magnus turns, glares at the Dalatras, and says, "Only the blind and the foolish fail to recognize themselves in the mirror, Dalatras. Excuse me."
And then I replied with a translation, fuck you.
Oh, this bitch just made my list. He is so. He slapped the bird. I do not like him.
He slapped the bird?
Yeah, he backhanded the pigeon. He was giving it affection, like giving it some nice gentle pets, but then all of a sudden, he's just backhanded. I hate this guy now. He hates birds. I find that offensive because, you know, I'm a bird as well. That's bird.
Pretty sure LFA hates everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for Murray.
And his own ego, because, god damn.
A magnificent likeness, isn't it, Cooper? Almost as handsome.
Should we even
as
try to
the
get the
real
mask?
thing.
Like, the only thing I can really think of
Yeah.
getting the
Looks almost
mask
big enough to
in
contain your
any barn
overinflated
is
ego.
that if you collect enough of them, you can change the appearance of Sly's cane instead of Ratchet's wrench from Ratchet and Clank.
Looks to me like you've got no
It doesn't really do anything, it's just cosmetic.
Ready to face me
Okay,
now?
because like I'm not. Like, I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game.
Really?
Yeah, I have no attachment to that series.
Any of them again.
So that it's purely up to you.
Man.
Oh, cool.
I honestly thought that Ratchet and Clank would be up your alley. It's not.
I just it's just one of those situations where like I never played one as a kid.
Really? I only played like a few. I played like Ratchet and Clank and Ratchet Dialogue. That was about it, but
Yeah, I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game.
Me neither. Closest I got was almost getting to play All for One.
Bring it on.
So, Latios, how do you think Krogan would react to the Cybertronians?
I guess
They
I would
show
like them.
respect to the Decepticons for their ferocity in battle, for sure.
Okay.
Likewise, I feel like they respect the Autobots for being able to survive such a brutal onslaught.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can
so
see it.
you've endured a 4 million year long war. 9 million, actually. 9 million. Hot damn.
9 million! What? 9 million?
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, the Cybertronian War has been going on for 9 million years.
I can just imagine Krogan going, well, you got us beat.
Spanish, big baby.
And your plague still support life? Barely. You have no idea how much I hate you, but respect you right now.
You actually think you could beat me?
Ah! There's something. Gotta wait for that guy to move away. I genuinely did forget to add the Krogan to that list, though, so thank you for reminding me of that.
You're welcome. Also, I imagine the Vorcha are just like, can we eat it? No? Then fuck it.
And what good is it?
Exactly.
For such a tough guy, he sure runs away a lot.
Like, intergalactic relations with a Vorcha are based off whether or not they can eat you.
If he can, that's fine. If he can't, that's also fine.
Now, given the very long lifespan of the Cybertronians, I imagine they've seen a couple of Reaper harvests in their time.
Okay, I can.
If I choose to include the Reapers in this universe, that is.
I can imagine that the Reapers tried to go for Cybertron.
That was the last time Primus was ever seen in robot mode.
And then the Reapers just avoid Cybertron.
I mean, after Unicron basically ate one, I think they avoid transforming planets in general.
Yeah!
Oh crap, that one's got a robot mode too. Let's get out of here. Either that or they just keep sending forces until they realize it wasn't working and then they leave.
Like they just keep sending Reapers in and like nothing happens and they're like, well, fuck this.
This one see what they have brought to harvest. You can't destroy them, you can't harvest them. What are we going to do? Blow up their planet? The planet is what's fighting.
I imagine that one of them says blow up the planet, and then two giant, massive guns just poke out of Cybertron.
He's like, trap it, bitch.
What appears to be the power that I recall begins to rotate and hollow out. And there's a glow coming from inside each one. And they're pointing at the Reapers.
That is an interesting idea, though.
Primus seems to issue them a warning. This planet and all who live upon it are under my protection. Any attempt to interfere with them will result in dire consequences. Like, remember, this thing fought what is effectively a dark god that feeds on hatred and regenerates. Fought it to a standstill and forced them both into a multi-century long coma. You do not screw with the Lord of Light.
No, you do not.
Or Time Lord.
I can only imagine what would happen if the Reapers tried to harvest Gallifrey.
The Reapers just start disappearing, and they're like, wait, what's happening?
I don't know what's scarier, El Jefe?
Or Gallifrey itself disappears and moves somewhere else.
Well, no, my thought being that the Gallifreyans sent Time Lords back to like the creation of the Reapers, and then just started just messing with the timeline so that they weren't ever created.
you quit?
So the Reaper's the first Gallifrey. Why do I hear boss music?
Yeah.
How do you like my cane style?
I'm not sure that can only go so far if they do behave on the fixed point in history, though. If the Reapers absolutely have to be created.
Well, the Time Lords have been known to break the rules from time to time.
Especially ones labeled after medical professions.
That's true. But I mean, like, basically the equivalent of the Gallifreyan leadership broke time so that they could survive past the time limit. And then the Doctor was like, no, and sent them back.
I don't even like it when I have to break the rules. I'm not letting you break the rules.
Yeah, when he broke the rules, like, well, the 10th Doctor, when he broke the rules, like, first of all, he was, like, on this high. Because, like, now he can decide the flow of time. Now he can decide who lives and dies.
Why would you quit?
Now he is the Quintet Hatteract, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah. And then the woman he saved goes into her apartment, and then, like, a few seconds later, you just hear bang. And a newspaper that the Doctor had changes from Mars Survivor to Mars Survivor committed suicide.
How do you like my cane style?
God dang butterfly effect.
No, because she was there for the Doctor's speech. Did not like what was happening. Went into her house and ended her own life to try and correct the timeline to some degree.
Momentarily sushi. Wait, I don't like sushi. Nani?
I just don't like fish.
Then you wouldn't like revived soda.
I don't like fish and I don't like mushrooms. I used to be able to eat both, but I guess I grew up, my taste buds changed or something. Oh, what the hell
Who
is
the fuck
this?
are you? Why the fuck are you? That's a beer.
It's always, who are you, or what are you? It's never, how are you?
That's a special name.
El Jefe was defeated, disgraced, and delivered to the cops. But it was a hollow victory. I failed to get back Ryuichi's cane, and we still had no idea who was really behind this whole thing. One thing was for sure, it was somebody powerful enough to have his own private army. We contacted Dimitri for an update on the Thievius Raccoonus, and it looked like Tennessee Kid Cooper needed our help next. That meant we needed to travel back to the 1880s.
Wouldn't that be
Luckily,
traveling
one of the goons
forward?
that took Ryuichi's cane had
Yes.
dropped what looked like an old sheriff's badge. Bentley had been trying to figure out where it might be from, but now it all made sense. After sampling the badge, Bentley was able to calibrate the time machine. As we prepared to make the jump back to the
I
Old
hate
West,
auto
I
scrolling
found
so
myself
much.
wondering how Carmelita was doing. We arrived in the Wild West, looking for my ancestor, Tennessee Kid Cooper,
My personal favorite.
a
I
legendary
actually like
outlaw
Tennessee.
whose bank robberies were some of the most daring in Cooper lore. When we
Of course,
arrived,
if I
it
had my
took some
own
time to
Cooper,
locate
like cane, I would probably do it kind of
We
like what Tennessee
eventually
did,
found
by
it.
7 being like a
in
pistol.
Welcome to the inspiration for my
Professor
shock
West was the
pistol
handler
cane.
of the local sheriff, who had celebrated by posting his own picture all over town. Talk about an ego. We needed to bust Tennessee out of jail.
If I do
But
this, if
after
I had
some
my own
furious
routine, I'd probably do
calculations,
it like a little bit
Bentley
kind of like what
determined that the
Tennessee did,
best
by
way to
7
do
being like
that
a pistol,
was from
it'll
the
probably be like a
inside.
sniper rifle.
For the
Because
first
that's-
time in my
that's my
career,
Kind of what
I
his
was gonna
current
have to let
cane
the
is
law
when it
catch
reserves.
me. This
It's a
could be
straight-up
a
rifle.
real challenge.
Whereas I would do mine like a sniper rifle because my preferred like range weapon in most shooters is a sniper rifle. Because I'm actually surprisingly good with them. Surprisingly. So we got beat then. That's about it.
Calling it here?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Skipping up the dock. Don't forget there. Next week, you gotta come by my house if you want. I'm gonna go to a little Comic-Con thing.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that next week?
Yeah, June 10th.
No. I thought it was June 17th.
Oh, I think it might be right. I was like, let me double check. Oh yeah, it's the 17th. Okay, never mind. That was next week.
Alright. This has been Vegas Bear 92 and the game of Chocobo and Latios. And we will see you guys
In the next video.
in the next stream.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!